evening, YouTube. We're back again with another video, and highly requested on my story that I put out the other day was to do peak week diet. So today we're going to be doing what my diet is in this week of absolute hell. The main aim of the game is to go for easily digestible carbohydrates. So we're going for rice cakes, pastas, maybe not even pasta, I don't know. I'm a lactose man, so oat and almond milk are a foreign vessel for me, and coconut milk is also just ugh. Perfect. These are just purely for people that are overcompensating for themselves. Gnocchi, pure carb and protein. Gnocchi it is. This is my weakness, protein bars right now. The grenade, chocolate, and the white chocolate. I just had the white chocolate one. You would love it. It slaps so hard. Right, so like you see on these bodybuilding preps that people just eat like cream and rice and have the weirdest diets on their prep week, which is, there's probably a good reason for that, but there's no reason why you can't actually use proper rice instead of cream of rice. So we're gonna make rice pudding tomorrow evening for a snack, and we're gonna have it with raspberry jam because the nostalgia is calling. Right, shopping picked up for tonight and tomorrow's food. We're probably gonna have to re-shop again for Thursday and Friday, but that's absolutely fine. Now heading back, gonna have some salmon, gonna have some veg. We've got about 800 calories left for the rest of Tuesday. I'm gonna come back to you shortly where we're gonna describe the entire week plan, the macros and the reasoning behind it. So I will see you there.
Yeah. That's the one. Oh, Christmas tree coming in hot, or yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Sounds good.
I have no idea. The schedule just says like, let's talk about some food, shall we? Oh. Definitely just burnt my tongue. Welcome to Sofa Chats, where we've actually got a fake fireplace showing on TV to make sure that the vibes are right for this current scene. My cup of tea is way too fucking hot, so we're gonna leave that for a minute. What we're gonna be talking about is what the fuck I'm actually eating on peak week, and let me just preface by saying I do not recommend you do this. You should not do this. It is not healthy, nor is it something that any normal human would do. But if you are interested in what I am eating, then tune in for this section. And the way it works is, the way that I'm doing it is called front loading in bodybuilding, but we've obviously got a marathon as well on the same day. So no one has done this before for a very good reason, because it's incredibly hard to balance out the two goals at the same time, nutrition-wise as well as hydration-wise. Today is Tuesday, and the first 2 days of the week, Monday and Tuesday, are what you'd call a depletion section, where I deplete my carbs. So what this does is I deplete my carbs from, they were 100 grams per day, now 50 for Monday and Tuesday. By doing that, we basically depleting the muscle cells of glycogen and glucose, so that when Wednesday comes, when we have an increase in carbs, basically the cells are going to be hypersensitive and receptive to the increase in glucose. So Monday and Tuesday I had 200 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, 67 grams of fat, equals 1600 calories per day. Wednesday, tomorrow, 500 grams of carbs. Can't fucking wait. We're gonna have 500 carbs, we're gonna have 180 protein, and then we're gonna try and do between 50 and 60 grams of fat. We want to basically absorb as much glycogen and glucose as possible, store it in the muscles so that we're getting the maximum uptake and basically filling up our muscles with as much energy as possible and looking really full. Right now I look really flat, like they're just so depleted of energy and I just feel drained constantly. Thursday we're going to keep the fat and the protein around the same, 60 to 70. But Friday is going to be basically judged on how I feel, how I look, and also with the added complexity of a marathon, we're probably going to remain within the 100 to 200 grams of carbs to allow for enough fueling for the marathon on Saturday after the show. And then actually on the show day, we're going to be doing a heavily carb orientated day, very little fat and protein, because protein and fats just make it hard to digest. And we want to be able to get the carbs into our body as quick as possible when that happens. So we're talking rice cakes, we're talking rice, we're talking jam, we're talking sweets. Anything with quick high glycemic carbs are going to be good for us. I mean, not necessarily good as in, okay, I'm a health god, but they're going to be good for that particular day. So high glycemic carbs straight before the show are going to be good, as well as oats in the morning to have that low glycemic, slow energy release throughout the day. And then we're going to have like small bits of like chicken or fish that will just basically tip me over in terms of my protein and fats to a kind of stable level. I mean, the main thing for me really is going to be trying to manage my stomach and my muscular cramp on the run. Water and sodium, potassium are going to be key drivers in my performance on the day. But you're probably wondering, what is going to be the post-show meal, pre-wrap marathon? Probably going to be chicken and rice, or fish and rice, or something like that, because it's just going to be what I've been eating for the last few months that my stomach won't get upset by. Because if I go rogue after the show and I've got to run a marathon, I'm probably going to shit myself. Let's be real. Definitely could happen if I do that. But our post-marathon meal, now we're cooking. We'll have burnt a lot of fuel that day. And I think Men's Physique is going to be like one of the latest events. So I believe that I'll probably start running with other people that are going to come and join pretty late. So I would estimate, depending on how well I do in the competition, it's not going to be earlier than 4 o'clock, maybe even 5, 6. So we're going to be running for a while. I'd say 4 hours. I don't expect that I'm going to be breaking any world records. So I'd say 4 hours is a pretty good time, but we're also going to give ourselves an hour between competing / eating and then going out on the run to make sure that my digestion has basically processed that food, that water, the electrolytes that I've put into it before I go out on the run, because otherwise it's just going to be a terrible affair. And my mate Finn is coming up with me to basically be my support. So he's going to be on a Lime bike, liming in front with the camera, and also with snacks, square bars, gels, glucose drinks, water, and also my hype man, which is obviously needed. And we'll be with a head, I'll have a head torch and shit, because running at night around Manchester, we've got to stay safe. And that is the whole week's plan, really, in terms of nutrition. My water is pretty consistent, between 5 and 6 litres a day. I have electrolytes morning and evening. And it's really just about making it happen now. And I'm shredded. I'm shredded. So if you're not shredded going into peak week, you're not going to get any more shredded. It's all about now bringing the best out of me and making sure that all the work that we've done, that I've done and put into it, is on show. Meal number one is overnight oats. Chocolate Nesquik overnight oats. A little bit of protein spread as well, which is going to be sensational. Oh. Right, we're having the cookies and cream bagel as well. Just had it toasted, and this is what they're looking like. We've got one butter, salted butter, and one protein chocolate spread. This is a very exciting day for me. We're also gonna head into the office as well, Liverpool Street. So gonna bang a little protein bar. And I keep using the freezer, extra little hack, because then they taste like crunchy, kind of crunchy Twixes. Fuck me, they're good. So we're gonna head in now and grab a coffee en route. Cannot wait to have some semi-skim milk. Small wins in life. Right, we did have some lunch. I forgot to film it, which was just a flatbread. It wasn't really lunch. I've just made myself a beautiful porridge. There is a finesse about making porridge, and I think we've absolutely smashed it. Dubious, to say the least. What do we reckon?
It's not Whole Foods.
That's oats, mate. Meal number 4 or 5, have no idea. We've got 100 grams of spaghetti. I decided to go to spaghetti instead of gnocchi. Just feel like I've been eating spaghetti for the most recent amount of time, and gnocchi I haven't probably had in about a year. So keeping it classic, and we're about to put on 500 grams of beef with tomato. Basically a lean bolognese onto here with some low-fat cheese. We'll come back and finish that. This is roughly what we're working with. So we're gonna have this, and then we're gonna have rice pudding with jam, and that will take us to bang on 500 grams of carbohydrate, and we'll be fully fucking glycogened up, and then we'll be tapering down to 200 grams tomorrow, and then judging Friday, playing it by ear basically, seeing how much more water we're carrying. But yeah, let's scran this, and then we'll come back for some rice pudding.
5 minutes later.
Can we just appreciate how good my rice pudding looks? Like, honestly, that looks unbelievable. It's taken me about 4 hours to make though. We're into bowl number 2 now, and it is hella carbs. Can't hack it. I'm not ready. Right, we've ended up closer to 520 grams of carbs, and that puts us at around 4,000 calories today, which is almost 3 times, well, it's not almost 3 times, so it was at 1,600, so there's many more calories in my stomach. It's not used to it. I feel like I'm about to explode. Sleep well.